Hello friends, welcome back. This is lesson 3 on 3D modeling with Blender. And if you are new to 3D modeling with Blender, I recommend watching lesson 1 and lesson 2 on my channel. Now let's get started. I have switched to screen share mode and I am already in edit mode. In our last video, we learned the move tool in edit mode, extrude region, bevel, and loop cut. In today's video, we'll be learning about insert faces. Let's say in the face that's already there, you want to make another face. That's when you use insert faces. I'll show you that. But before that, I'll just go to face select. So then I'm going to select just this face for now. Then I'll go and use the insert faces. Then there's this yellow circle. Then if you left click and move your mouse, it will make it bigger and smaller. I'm just going to Command Z this and show you the shortcut. So Command Z. So the shortcut is just I on your keyboard. That will insert the face. So I'm just going to put it there. Then if you want to specify it, as usual, you could go here and specify it. So the thickness is the size. And there's something called depth. So if the depth's positive, the insert face will go out. Meanwhile, if the depth's negative, insert face will go in. Now I'm going to Command Z it. Now I'm going to select all the faces on the side. For that, I'm going to use a shortcut, which is Option and left click. That will select all the faces on the side. Then I'm going to select I to insert faces individually, like this. And just checking the sides. Now let's delete these faces and see how it looks like. To delete them, you need a right click, and there's the delete faces option on the bottom. Left click on that, then that'll delete the faces. Now the faces are deleted. I'll just Command Z it. Now I'm going to introduce you to the knife tool. So if you want to cut from like here to here, you use the knife tool. I'll show you what I mean. So I'm just going to left click here on the edge. Then select the Y axis because I want it on the Y. Then put it, why not right there? Then I need to press the space bar or else it'll just keep going. Then I'll just put one from here to the bottom for fun. So that will be the Z axis. There. Then once again, hit the space bar. See, now we have 4 faces. Now I'm going to select all those faces and insert a face on all of them and see how that looks. For that, I'll click I. Insert a face. And that looks like that. And let's see what happens if we delete it. So right click and go to delete faces. Hey, that looks like a window but with holes. Now let's make something based on what we learned so far. What about a small house? So before that, let me just delete this. So I'm gonna AX return. Let me add a cube. But before that, I'll just go into object mode so that there's all the options. Add mesh and cube. I'm gonna go to edit mode and make the structure of the house. So I'm gonna go into edit mode. I'm in face select right now. I'll select this face and move it because we don't want a break. Yeah. Then I'll extrude this part to make it a roof. And you'll see how that's gonna be a roof. So extrude that. Now I'm gonna go to vertices select. And I'm gonna right click. Then over here there's this thing called merge vertices. And let's see what that does. And we want it at center. That makes the roof look like that. If you don't like how the roof is, there's a different way of doing it. I'll just Command Z. I'll select only these 2 first. Right click, merge vertices at center. Same thing over here. This is the other way of doing it. But then this can't be a house because we need windows and a door. So now I'm gonna go to loop cuts and make the start and end point of the windows. And I'm now gonna go to edge select and select my cursor. Now I'm gonna right click and there's this option called subdivide on the top. And let's see what that does. So that just like cut it. So there's the where you could adjust it. I'll make it more cuts. I'll just put 11 for now. Enter. That made 11 cuts or so. Then I'll quickly go to face select. I just want like 1, 2, 3 as my windows, and on the other side 1, 2, 3, and the middle 2 as my door. Now we don't want the doors the same height as the windows, so I'm gonna bring the doors down. For that I'll use the knife tool. So I'll just click here on the Z axis. Then you need to hit the space bar to get out of it. I'll do also one here. So on the Z axis, space, Z axis, space. Now I'm gonna select these two. I'm gonna right click. Then there's this option called dissolve faces. Let's see what that does. That dissolves the faces. So now they're one. I'll do the same thing over here. Right click, dissolve faces. So now they're one. I'm just gonna make the base now. So I'm gonna select the bottom and extrude it. There, and also I can make the stairs out of this. So I would go to the loop cuts and put a loop cut right there in the middle. Now I'm gonna go to face select to make the steps. So I'm gonna select these faces and extrude it. Put it there. And I'll do the same thing over here. So select them and extrude. Now I'm going to do it also here. And extrude it. Now I want the same size on the other side. So I'm going to go here and copy it. So Command C and go to the other side. Select these, extrude, and Command V. So those are on the same side and size. Then the same thing over here. Extrude, copy, and paste. So now we made that, but if we go into object mode, we can't really see the windows or the door, so it's really useless. So now what do we do? So I'm going to select the windows and the door. Then I'm going to I to insert faces and put it there. You can adjust the thickness to how much you want. Then we'll go to depth and put it negative so that it's inwards and put it how you want. Now if you go into object mode, it's a house, but then one more thing. The roof is as skinny as paper. So we want to extrude it. But before that, I'll select the roof. Then we're going to do something new now. So I'm going to right click. Then there's separate option. And the shortcut for that is P. And we want to do it by selection. So now that's one. And I want to rename it right now. I'm going to call it as roof so that we don't get confused later. So, enter. So now that's roof. Now that's a new object. So it's different from the rest of a house. So it's a new object. So I'll show you what I mean. So if I go into object mode, it's a different object and you can move it alone. Command Z. And now I'll resize it so that it's not like flat. So scale. And I'll scale it up like this. And a little bit up here. Then I need to move it so that it's in. So move tool and I'll move it. So that it's about equal. And over here. Moving. We don't want any lines or thing. That's good. Now I'll go into edit mode again. I'll select the faces. And now I will extrude it inwards. So extrude. And put it like that so it's thick now. Now we know how to make a house. So go use your imagination and make your dream house. See you later, alligators. I'll be back with a new video.